2 weeks have come and gone. It's off to week 3, and we're underway on EA Sports. This will be taken very short. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line.
At their own 26-yard line.
Here we go, set, 50, plant. Here we go, here we go.
They'll run on first down. Braxton, it's a loss of 4 on that first play, and it's second down.
Came out in a power set, but that only served to put more men in the box. And guess what? If you're going to do that, you've got to win up front, right? Your offensive guys have got to beat the defenders. They lost all leverage on that play.
Well, the first play of the drive lost 4. Now they'll look to move it forward here on 2nd and 14. They'll get a couple yards back, but not more than that. They'll be left with 12 yards to go on 3rd down.
Well, we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40. 17 yards for the Broncos there as they've got themselves a first down. Defense had a chance to get off the field here. The opening drive couldn't do it.
I know that we go into these meetings with coaches, and sometimes maybe we can get, a little bit numb because they're always going to talk about how important 3rd down is, aren't they? Offense and defense. In this case, one capitalized, and the other, as you said, had a chance to get off the field and didn't get it done.
The completion good for 3, and it's second down.
Brings up 2nd and 7 at the 44-yard line.
That first down completion only netted him 3. 2nd and 7.
Let's go. Rush in, rush in. Rush, rock it, rock it. Check. Check.
They'll try the left side. Braxton. They're still about 3 yards shy of a first as the 4-yard pickup brings it to 3rd down.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half. Maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
Check it back, check it back. Go on, go on. Big gap, big gap, big gap. Do. Come.
On 3rd down, Braxton. And he's got the first down yardage as he takes it down to the 49. But just 4 yards on the pickup, but that's good enough to extend the drive.
A gain of 4 yards.
So a 1st and 10 upcoming from Browns territory now at the 49-yard line. And to give this time to the tailback. And they're going to stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Just no cutback lane to be found whatsoever. 2nd and 10. Looked like he was trying to bounce it outside, but no success.
Yeah, sometimes you got to just figure out where you're going to go, and sometimes you just have to take it to another spot. And trying to get it outside, the defensive pursuit was there and just ran him down.
Now to the air. Lock. He's going to look deep down the field. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked up by Denzel Ward. And he's able to get it back to right around the 27. Certainly not how they envisioned ending their opening drive here in the first quarter.
Too many ones in this play. First quarter, first drive, first interception thrown.
And that last one, that hurts.
I got it. Double time. Three down. Kill. Kill. 61. Matchbox lights.
After the interception, here's Trubisky. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Draymond Jones breaking through to get him to the ground. It's a loss of 7. Now, following the sack, they'll look to make amends on a 2nd down and 17.
What you got, Heavy? 24's the mic.
Right here, right here.
Check next. Alert, 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 alert. Switch, switch, switch.
Here's Trubisky. In trouble here, and down he goes. Back at the 8-yard line.
Let's go.
Now, I know we're only 2 plays in, but after giving up back-to-back sacks, something has to change with the protection, and they can't wait to halftime to make an adjustment.
Now Trubisky on 3rd and long. Forced out to his left. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. The scramble good for a nice gain of 10 yards, but still 4th down. And the punt team on now as this one's sent away. It's a 42-yard punt. They keep him to just a yard on the return. And the Broncos take over. 1st down and 10. The Broncos onto the field ready to start their next drive. Now, they were intercepted the first time they had the football, but now they get it back, and it's still 0-0.
And because of that, you know what the thought process is? Interception. What interception? It didn't really happen because they gave up no...
And a big loss here as he's taken down. Credit that sack to Dante Fowler Jr.
Well, so much for setting the tone of the drive offensively. Giving up a big sack that loses that kind of yardage, not a great start.
Now then, after the sack, it'll be interesting to see what they have planned for 2nd and 23. Rock going to throw. He's got his big tight end, Fant. And this one will go to the 28-yard line. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a 3rd down.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing to
nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Dante Fowler picks up his 2nd sack of the afternoon.
Brandon, what I remember most about playing with guys who knew how to rush the passer, they would just tell you, just cover people for me, just long enough for me to get there. And that's exactly what happened on that play.
Here's Jones on the return. Well, he wasn't too far from breaking that. Officially, give him 15. And the Browns will take over, 1st and 10. The Cleveland offense ready to go. And on the first drive, 3 and out. I know that these are professional athletes, but I would imagine sometimes you get the nerves at the beginning of a game still, don't you?
Those don't ever go away. And typically, what I've heard from guys and what I remember from playing, if you don't have nerves at the start of a game, it's not going to be a great day for you. You're not really ready to play. So finding a way to harness those nerves and not let them affect you in a negative way, that's what all the guys are looking for.
A gain of 6 there on 1st. 6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4.
I'm coming, I'm coming.
No score after 1 on EA Sports.
Check in. I got you, son. I got you. You're all mine. You're all mine, baby. Get this. Alert. Slam. 34's the mic. 34's the mic.
Let's go, tackle. Let's go. We got this.
Ran. 34. Mike, 34. Pick me up.
To throw again on 2nd down. Trubisky. Oh, nearly picked. And maybe lucky there. This guy doesn't drop many defensively. 3rd down.
Well, he kind of forced that one there, didn't he? It's almost like he predetermined where he was going to go with the football.
Yeah, he wasn't really going through progressions. He wanted to go to his top guy. You do that against this defense, they'll make you pay, won't they?
Yeah, they certainly will. They react very quickly to the thrown football.
From the gun on 3rd down, it's Trubisky. And a throw there going to be incomplete.
I know at times people think we use it too often, but you've got to be able to throw guys open. And when you read zone, You've got to stick it in there before your receiver gets to the next guy in the zone. Otherwise, you bring him into the play.
And that's precisely what allowed that defense to disrupt the pass. On is the punt team now as this one's sent away. That'll go as a punt of 32 yards. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And the results for them have not been strong to this point. 2 drives have ended in a turnover and then a punt.
So would it be too snarky for me to say that they've shown improvement? Because you had two drives with turnovers. Now they punted it away, so at least they didn't turn it over. So that's good, right?
You're going to get some angry users reaching out to you on social media.
Well, I don't mean to be. I was actually looking for the positive. Silver lining, you know.
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7.
Strip that ball.
Lock to throw on 2nd down. This is the tight end Fant. And he's brought down, getting this one up to about the 35. The Bronco 1st down there, 12 yards on the play.
For many teams, the evaluation of tight ends has really changed. We used to wonder about how they would block first and foremost. Now we want to know how these guys can run, because we envision them in offenses catch the ball. How much yardage can they gain after that?
And that on display there for a good pickup.
Here we go.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Lock now on 1st down. And a quick throw here, that's complete. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up 2nd down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
2nd and 5 after the 5-yard completion on 1st down.
Christian travel. Check 59, Mike. Hey, echo. 59.
On play action, Lock. Trying to lay one up deep. That's caught inside the 20. And he takes this way down deep into Cleveland territory. A huge play there for Denver. 47 yards.
1st down, Denver.
So how about this for field position after the big play? Inside the 15 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Now again, right side, Braxton. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. A good response by the defense, sending them backwards after that huge gain last play.
Here we go.
On 2nd down, Braxton. And this time they were waiting for him as he'll be knocked down before he can get back to the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain there, and now they're looking at a 3rd and 13.
Brings up 3rd down.
The Broncos on 3rd down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. This is going to be 3rd and 13. On 3rd, here's an option play right. And they go the wrong way here. Knocked back to the 20. And a loss of 3 to bring up 4th.
Well, that's the big drawback to this play. Even if somehow the quarterback pitches it, he's not immune to the big hit. In this case, he kept it and absorbed it anyway.
Been a bit of a dogfight thus far into the 2nd quarter now, and we do have our first points, a field goal.
Yeah, a lot of people say, wow, first action on the scoreboard, about time. To me, the action's been right there on the field, trying to figure out who could gain an advantage, gain some field position, finally get points on the board. I'm loving this kind of game.
And feels like kickers might play a big role in this one.
Yes, make sure you give them the respect they deserve. They could cost you a game or win you one.
Quit talking about it and bring it. 25, check 25, check 25. Hey, ball. X3, 218, chopper.
They'll throw on 1st down with Trubisky. And he's got Ezekiel Elliott. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. 13 yards to pick up there. Good for a Cleveland first. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38.
First and 10 at the 38-yard line.
Here's Trubisky to throw. Drops it underneath to Elliott. It's a gain of 5 on the play, and that'll make it 2nd down.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
2nd and 5 after the 5-yard completion on 1st down.
Wide, get wide. Alert.
Throwing here, Trubisky. Got an open man. That's David Njoku, the tight end. So a decent gain, but all for naught on the penalty.
It's too bad, isn't it? They were feeling pretty good about it. The only people celebrating, the guys who just gave up that play.
They'll come up now on a 2nd and long after the hold.
Hey. We got three. Three down. Shit. Check.
Second quarter, 2 minutes remain. 3-0 our score. We'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang at Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL.
Red, go.
Check 24. Hey, watch it.
Red, go.
On 2nd down, Trubisky. This is the tight end, Njoku. 19 yards to pick up there. Move the chains.
Thus far, it hasn't been a real fun half for them, but a play like that may get them off the schneid a little bit, get them loosened up and moving.
Kind of seems like they've been sleepwalking and still sitting on 0 points.
And it's not always making an adjustment. Sometimes it's just going back to what you know can work and finally getting it done.
Now Trubisky. And the tip there altered the ball flight, and it falls incomplete. It'll be 2nd down. We saw a lot of that a week ago defensively from him. AFC Defensive Player of the Week. Just always seems to be around the football.
I like your observation there. Understands the game, understands positioning, can put himself in the right spot, and then make a play on the football.
Alert. 24 is the mic. Watch QB drop.
Again on 2nd and 10, it's Trubisky. It's caught by OBJ. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a 3rd down. Creeping up on a minute to play in this first half.
Watch the screen. Shit.
18.
24 is the mic.
Check pass.
Now the Browns will use the first of their 3 timeouts as they stop it here with just under 40 ticks to go in this first half. And the line to gain here is the 37 on 3rd down.
Switch it. Come on, switch it.
Hey, alert.
Trubisky to throw again. He finds Beckham complete. Now the Browns signal for the 2nd of their timeouts as they'll stop it with a little over 30 seconds to go in the first half of play. Could we get a touchdown in this first half after all? It's 1st and 10.
Quick dance. Go. Lock in.
He's checking. Crash.
Watch the safety creep.
Out of the gun, it's Elliott. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up 2nd down. And he just clocked it. But the clock wasn't even moving. Well, that's one you don't see very often, a wasted down. So it's 3rd and 6, and this will be the 8th play of the drive.
Lucky.
Alert, alert.
I can't believe they let you play.
18, 18.
I can't believe they even let you play.
6 guy. Check down.
From the shotgun, a give to Elliott. And he'll have the first down, getting this one to the 14-yard line. The Browns will quickly use their third and final timeout, as they'll stop it with 13 seconds to play in half number 1. So now the Browns will turn it over to their field goal unit here. And it bangs off the right upright, no good. And this score will stay right where it is. So he had a chance to get him on the board there, but unfortunately that big yellow metallic structure in the back of the end zone, it had other plans.
And that's one where kicker's watching it the whole way saying, oh no, don't hit it. Rats.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. Time for a final kneel down or a safe run, and then they can head to the locker room with a lead.
Yeah, or they can even run a screen. You know, something they feel is somewhat safe that might actually pop and turn into a big play. That's what you usually run in this situation.
Or go 4 verticals because why not?
Because you're feeling it, right? You're just feeling it.
Thank you, sir. A field goal separates these two teams as we come back for this second half. These offenses seemingly still back at the hotel for the first half. 3-0 our score as the second half gets underway. The Browns drive about to get started. And with the way this offense has played thus far, to be frank, they got to feel pretty grateful to be in the ball game.
I would agree with you totally because they've done all of nothing offensively in this game, yet they still find themselves in a position on this drive where a touchdown can give them the lead. They need to take advantage of it.
And they're still looking for that first touchdown here in the third quarter. All they have so far, the field goal. And he's going to get a good gain of 9 here up to the 34. The previous run, good for 9. Here's second and a yard.
Alert, alert. Alert, alert. Kill.
Again, it's Cohen. And this carry not as productive. He's swallowed up at the line of scrimmage. Okay, 2nd and 1, you get nothing. What now on 3rd and 1?
Sorry about that. I was so excited I jumped in on you. This is almost like practice to me. Line it up and do it again. You didn't get it right the first time. Just get right back on the ball and go. It doesn't matter that they know you're coming. You ought to be able to pick up this short yardage.
Jim. Hey, ball.
They'll try to run for it with Cohen. And he will have a first down as they get him to the ground at the 37. Got what he needed for the first down with a gain of 2.
Well, partner, none of these runs individually have added up to a whole lot.
Now, 3 plays, all 3 short runs, but together a first down.
Yeah, it's amazing how the narrative changes when you string them together.
Now a first down run is sniffed out from the start as they'll drop him for a loss of 4. It's a loss of 4 on the first down play. After seeing that, maybe time to go back to some downfield throws here.
Yeah, anything, change it up because the teams that win, the best teams, they're the ones that make adjustments. Doesn't mean you can't come back to what you thought you could get done. Sometimes when you open things up a little bit, you can get back to what you wanted to do before.
3 buzz. Showing up.
22 jet bomber.
On second down now, it's Howard. Call it a gain of 6 on the play. That'll bring up 3rd and 8.
Frustrating for a defense, energizing for an offense. Finding a way to create that type of yardage in your running game, that'll make the guys carrying the ball very, very happy.
A nickel set defensively for the Broncos here on 3rd down.
Let's bring it. Let's go. Let's bring it.
Alert. Hey, Delta.
From the gun, it's Trubisky. He's got a first down and then some at midfield. And he takes it across the 50 to the 46-yard line. A good pickup there for the Browns, 15 yards. So a 1st and 10 now in Denver territory at the 46.
Alert. Ran,
First down, a run with Cohen. And he'll lose yardage here. Back at the 47. It's a loss of a yard there, and now second down.
Check in. Tackles. Shoot.
Hey, ball.
Cut. Hey, check.
On second and 11 now. Trubisky. It's caught. Beckham. 27 yards there. A first down. And at this stage, down in the second half, looks like they just wanted to find a way to get it in the hands of their playmaker, and they did.
I think you're exactly right. I don't think the coordinator's looking at his play sheet and trying to figure out which play will work well. He's trying to figure out how to get the ball to the playmaker that you just described. Looking down at that sheet, you find people plays, not necessarily X's and O's, and that's exactly what they did there.
He'll find Taylor. That's complete. That throw good for 4. It's second down.
In so many ways, throwing the hitch route is actually one of the safer things an offense can do. Get the ball out to the receiver as fast as possible, hope he's got man-to-man coverage, and hope that his athleticism wins on the perimeter.
Alert!
Looking to throw again on second down. Trubisky. He's got Njoku, his big tight end. And here he'll get it down to the 7. That one a first down pickup of 8. Might we see our first touchdown of the game? Here's first and goal. Now Elliott. And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. They give him 5 that time as they draw a bit closer here for a second and goal. They'll try to run it in with Elliott. And he's in. Touchdown, Browns. Ezekiel Elliott, his second touchdown on the season. And the Browns have taken the lead. The extra point up and good. And that makes it a 7-3 lead. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. This will be taken short. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line.
Let's go.
25-yard line.
Ready.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. They're down in this game. A chance for the offense, though, to put something on the board, get some momentum here in half 2.
Try and get things kick-started for them. And you know at the half, they discussed how they were going to get that done. This is where scripting comes into play a lot of the time.
How many plays do you script coming out of the second?
Most of the time in the first half, you're scripting 12 to 16. I think in the second half, you're really scripting more like 8 to 10. Kind of a starter or an opener, whatever terminology they use. Just something to get you off to a quick start.
Throwing again on second down. Lock. This is caught at the 20. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Denver score. A big play there. His 4th touchdown on the year. And the Broncos have retaken the lead. They erased that deficit pretty quickly, did they not? A 2-play drive.
What do we call that? Short-lived?
Very.
Very short-lived. 2 plays later, they're in the end zone and back out in front. We always talk about drives, don't we? Does 2 plays count as a drive?
Not really, but that second play was so good. I don't care what we call it. It was enjoyable to watch. The Cleveland offense ready to go. They had gotten the lead with the opening drive touchdown in the third quarter. Now they relinquished that lead back. Could be in for an interesting second half.
It certainly appears that way, doesn't it? Almost turning into one of those pendulum games, right? Where it swings back and forth, and who's going to make the play that changes that maybe it puts it on one side and keeps it there.
They start on the ground with Elliott. And he's upended after a gain of 2 out to the 27.
Tough first half for him, unable to put up the numbers he's used to producing. But with a guy like him, you and I both know it just takes a couple of explosive touches for him to make an impact on this game and on the stat sheet as well.
Now a throw here going to be taken in by the tight end Njoku. And he's out of bounds, able to take this one up to the 35. And on third down, a nickel formation here defensively.
4 down, check, 4 down.
Red, touch.
Shift, bang.
Red, touch.
They'll try and run for it with Elliott. And he's able to get the first before he's taken down at the 36. 2 yards and able to get the first down in the process. Some good games going on in the early window. This might be the best of the bunch.
Watch safety creep. Watch safety creeping. Safety's creeping.
18.
Mike 37. Let's go, baby. We turn over. Get that ball. Get that ball.
They keep on the ground with Elliott. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. That'll move the sticks for the Browns, a gain of 12.
Well, partner, I know this type of running back. I mean, this size, this intensity usually gets better as the game goes on. I can just tell you from experience, the first few quarters, oh, you're eager. You come running up there, I'm going to tackle this guy. By the fourth quarter, you're coming up and thinking about it.
And D-line wearing down fourth quarter. Yeah, that's not a guy they want to see consistently.
He's coming.
Hey, alert.
A first down carry by Elliott. And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be second down.
Let's go.
Now they'll throw it with Trubisky. That is caught by the former Gator Antonio Callaway. And this is going to be another first down as they'll make the tackle at the Broncos 35. So a 1st and 10 now in Denver territory at the 35-yard line.
Lock in.
From the shotgun is Trubisky. He's going to let this go for the end zone. And that will be incomplete. Would have been a big hitter if they had connected. Instead, it's second down. Here's 2nd and 10 now from the 35.
Watch the slant. Kill.
Alert.
Going towards the mic. Come to my work. We want it. Come to my work.
Nowhere to turn here, and he's going to go down. Back at about the 37-yard line. Draymond Jones able to get in there for his 2nd sack of the afternoon. Let's see what they draw up here. 3rd and long following the sack of Trubisky.
18.
Out of the gun, Trubisky. He's going to fire one deep, middle of the field. And that'll be incomplete. Well, they took their shot all right, but it comes up empty, and it's 4th down.
Trying to erase that deficit all at once. One big shot. He took it. Unfortunately for him, incomplete.
And this kick is not going to get there. It's short and no good. A fourth quarter miss like that, there is no lonelier feeling than that kicker right now.
As we all know, a lot of these games, they come down to special teams. And when that chance comes, you have to perform in order to help your team get over the top.
Could have tied it. Instead, they remain down 3.
Ready.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. Their defense has done the job. Now it's the offense's turn as they've got it 1st and 10. And he'll give it here to his running back. And a good burst there gets him 7 up to midfield. Now, I'm guessing you'd say this is kind of the key here. Grind out some yardage, work on that clock, see if you can continue to tick it down.
Definitely, you want to bleed things out at this point, right? Continue to possess the football, gain some yardage, and put the onus on the defense. Do they have to use timeouts? What are they going to do to stop you? You're taking charge.
A good run, got 7 on 1st. Here's 2nd and 3.
We own it. Sponge. No.
Any weapon.
Now a handoff here to his running back. Looking for a seam, but finding none. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it. Call it no gain that time as it's going to leave him with a 3rd and about 3 to go.
And it brings up 3rd down.
As big of a play as we've had in this one so far. This is 3rd and 3. Now the Browns will use the first of their 3 timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. The Broncos on 3rd down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This time it's 3rd and 3. They'll keep it on the ground. Braxton. And he's taken down at the 43, but not before picking up the first. 7 yards there, good enough to move the sticks. Hasn't been his best afternoon on the ground, far from it, but a critical 3rd down conversion.
His afternoon just got better. All right, you're exactly right. It hasn't been his best in terms of yardage, but that run there, that's the one your teammates look to you and go, okay, that's what we want from you. That's what we need. Now they have a chance to keep moving forward and a chance to win the game.
Let's go now. 8, read.
They're gonna need some therapy after this. By 52, by 52.
Let's go.
Lock now on 1st down. And that'll wind up incomplete. Try to give his man room to run under it, but it's 2nd down.
We've seen good cover skills on display throughout this game, really from both teams. And there's another nice example there of them making it difficult to complete a pass.
Ready?
So 2nd down, still 10 yards to go. Ball on the 43.
Come on, boy. You better be ready. Don't be scared.
And to give this time to the tailback. And he's going to have to protect the football and take his lumps here at this stage of the game as they stop him behind the line. It'll wind up being a loss of 2. And they'll be facing a 3rd and 12.
It's 3rd down.
Down. 15 line. 15 line.
They'll keep it on the ground. Braxton. And he gets this only to the 41. Not near enough for the first. Call it a gain of 3, and it'll bring up 4th down.
Gain of 3 yards. It's now 4th down.
Three points separating these two sides with 2 minutes left to go in the 4th. So it's Bronco football as we get you reset here. They're looking at a 4th down now as they try to hold on to this lead for dear life. And I tell you what, he got it from 58. That had lots of leg behind it. So they get the 3, but you wonder now, is that going to be enough?
Excellent question, because when I look at the smiles on that side of the field, they're a little tight, aren't they? If they had scored a touchdown there, those would be big half-moon grins right now because they'd feel a whole lot better about their position.
And a touchdown in the other direction, all of a sudden they're down. The Browns drive about to get started. And they had compiled a pretty long drive last time. Unfortunately, though, it ended with no points after the missed field goal.
And that can hurt the psyche of a team because as they drove downfield, you know you're never supposed to count points in your mind until they go up on the board. Well, let's face it, we've been there. We've seen teams before. They were counting on those points. They didn't get them. Can they come back now, start over again, and grind it out?
So following the hold, they're in a bit of a hole here with a 1st and 20.
Lock in, lock in.
15's mine. I got 15.
Throwing now is Trubisky. He finds his target, Beckham. And they'll get it all the way up about 5 yards shy of midfield. That one goes for 30 yards.
Partner, they're clearly saving those timeouts, but they still have to work with some urgency to put themselves in the right position.
So that changes things. Here's 1st and 10 all the way up at the 45. They'll look to throw. Over the middle to Beckham. A gain of 6 there on 1st.
Well, they picked up a little bit of yardage there, and now, in this situation, should be in no hurry to run a play really fast. Let the clock wind down.
6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4. Trubisky to throw. Throw left side, caught by the tight end, Njoku. And this is going to be another first down as they'll make the tackle at the Broncos' 28.
This defense needs a big play in the worst way because so far, they're not putting up much of a fight. If they don't get a stop here soon, this game could be over for them.
Red, hey, Alpha.
Back to throw. And he will find his man on the end route, complete. Now the Browns signal for the second of their timeouts as they stop it with 22 ticks to go in the 4th. Trubisky will come up here 1st and 10, and he's 4 for 4 now, throwing the ball to start the drive. Now it's Trubisky. And this is caught. Touchdown. And now they're an extra point away from winning this thing in the final seconds. So they're not home yet. Still a critical extra point here to break the tie. And they have got the lead. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. This will be taken very short. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28-yard line.
At their own 28-yard line.
The Broncos onto the field ready to start their next drive. So you're right there, but obviously the clock is not your friend. How do you handle this situation?
You're thinking
nowhere to escape, and he goes down. They've got to burn the timeout, and they do, but a costly, costly sack. And now maybe just time for one final play. That huge loss on the sack makes this job much more difficult. It's now 2nd down and 22 yards to go. Back to throw. Lock. Man open. He's got it complete to Cortland Sutton. And a timeout comes in. The whistles blow with 3 seconds remaining.
It's a gain of 23 yards. And the Broncos first down.
You ready? Hey, I-7. Get it.
One final try for Locke. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Well, we saw a close game that kept us on the edge of our seats down to that final whistle. And right before that final whistle, defense with one last exclamation mark there, getting the sack to end it.
I love how you phrased it because we were waiting to see what